Hi guys, my name is Abigail Klutz.
And I'm Dr. Heather Carden, Prove It Specialist.
And we here, you're getting ready to go on a transformation journey in the next 6 weeks. We're very excited for you. Congratulations on your commitment to change and go for better. Go for better living and more longevity in your life. And we want to be able to help you as much as possible. I know Dr. Heather will be sharing some recipes and videos in your 6-week challenge. And we know many of you will be starting off with a 5-day experience of exogenous ketones. We hope that it will be an incredible experience. I want to ask Dr. Heather what you can expect from those first 3 to 5 days and why you should stay on it for the next 6 weeks as you get ready to embark on this journey and how it will help you. So Dr. Heather, in the first 3 to 5 days of using exogenous ketones, what can these participants expect and why should they keep using it for the duration?
So Keto OS is a fabulous tool, and congrats to you all to saying yes to make a healthier you. The first 3 to 5 days, you may experience a little bit more dry mouth because the ketones actually work as a natural diuretic. They're pulling water out of the fat cells. So you're going to notice an increased thirst. You're going to notice that you're going to have a better control over your cravings, maybe that nighttime snacking, that drive-through habit that you have. You're going to notice that you just forget to get those snacks late at night. You're going to feel like you're recovering much better from an exercise. So if you're just brand new starting an exercise routine or an exercise program, you're going to feel that you're recovering way better than you remembered. You remembered before when I started doing something, I was super sore, and now I don't feel that way. So in the first 3 to 5 days, that's what you'll notice. But why I would say that you should continue with it, because habits are really hard to break. It takes 28 days to make a habit and 28 days to break a habit. I know everybody out there can identify at least one bad habit they have with their nutrition program, whether it's driving through or late night eating or grabbing a bowl of cereal in the morning. What ketones do, or what Keto OS will do, is it will help you stay on track. So I love to use it on my 30-day challenges. Half a serving mid-morning, that 9 to 11 times, so actually balance out that craving. You feel fuller. You're not going to overeat at lunch. I love the second half of serving between 1 and 4 right before your workout. That 1 to 4 is where our adrenal axis time starts to really dump, or our cortisol starts to dump, and we instantly think of sugar because that's a quick fuel. If you're drinking Keto OS and you're staying ahead of that carb craving, then you're not going to have that, and you're going to really feel like you're in control of your dinner when you eat it. When you're done with dinner, you're going to be done. You're not going to go for that late night snacking. Then again, you're going to feel like you're sleeping better and recovering way better. So I always recommend that people continue on it throughout that 30-day journey. It takes really that 4 to 6 weeks to make any kind of body composition change, but it really starts here with the fingers and what you're putting in your mouth. So I love it as a tool to help people stay on target and to really reach their goals. And I think that's the most important thing, is make sure your goals are set, what you're wanting to get out of this 30-day challenge, the 6-week program. Identify that, keep your goals in sight, and keep taking Keto OS.
Awesome. And one more question I want to ask you while we got her. A lot of these participants and people in the gym world are coming from a more low-fat, low-carb, higher protein type diet. I know these participants are going to be using more of a high-fat, low-carb, moderate protein food program in the next 6 weeks. Can you speak to that and what that difference is and what they will experience and why this is a better way to go for sustaining?
Right, so we kind of discovered in the 1970s and 80s that if you overeat protein, you can still gain body fat. And that doesn't really make sense because you think a protein should actually help building muscle mass. Your body only digests a certain amount of protein at a time, about 25 to 30 grams. And then if you have excess protein, we still use insulin to break it down to get amino acids. Insulin's major job in our body is to deposit fat. So if you're eating a higher protein diet and you're overserving yourself in protein, those excess calories from the protein that can't be digested, again, our stomach can only really take about 25 grams at a time. And then every time you're eating protein or overserving protein, you're getting a higher insulin response. Insulin will deposit fat. So whether it's a carb or a protein, we use insulin, excess is stored. So whatever isn't used gets stored for a later date. That's how come we have these excess pockets of unwanted body fat in different areas, because our body thinks it's being really smart and conserving it for some day later. So on a low carb, high fat diet, you're going to feel a lot more fuller. You're going to get more energy out of the fats that you're consuming, and you're going to feel that you're not going to want to eat as big as a portion size. The other thing people think is they used to have this big plate, they have the mashed potatoes and the roll, or, and then again, with this 16-ounce steak. And when you look at a low carb, high fat plate, it looks much different. You're gonna have a serving size of 4 or 5 ounces of protein, maybe a salad with a whole bunch of oil and olives on it, maybe another sauteed vegetable on the side. So know that it may look different, but listen to your body. Don't let your eyeballs trick your body of what's happening. And that's what happens is people look at it and think it should be something different. Listen to how you feel, listen to how your bowel moves, listen to how you recover, and listen to how you sleep.
And I have to add into this, guys, I've been in the fitness industry taking people through 90-day programs for years and years. When I finally switched my people out of kind of that cookie cutter dieting paradigm with the low carb
30 egg whites for breakfast.
Yeah, like the low carb, high fat, measuring the sweet potatoes, things like that. I found people could do it for X amount of time, and then they would get done with either their competition or the program, and their cravings would take over, their appetite would take over, your body wanted to bounce back to the weight you originally were at. And when I began using a higher fat, low carb approach, especially to women, I was shocked at how sustainable it was, and whether the program ended or the competition was over, people were weight loss and fat loss, and continuing to live this way really comes down a lot to satiety. And so when we are using that high fat, low carb approach, we're satisfied, we're not craving things, we're not feeling like we're being deprived of a certain food group when those things are in place, and the ketones will absolutely help with that as well. And I think that's so important for the next 6 weeks, is for people to be able to control their cravings as they're starting a new lifestyle of eating. So could you just speak briefly to satiety and exogenous ketones?
Yeah, satiety just means filling fuller longer. So when you drink Keto OS, which is an exogenous ketones, it goes straight into your bloodstream and it elevates into a level which we call ketosis. Once that happens, your brain realizes that it's getting the fuel you need, and you won't go for those cravings. Then it will last much, much longer, because ketones give about 38% more oxygen and 3 more ATP, which just means your body's going to feel fuller and longer. We usually go for cravings because we're hungry or we're tired, and we have better satiety or better feeling of full. We don't really go for those excess foods anymore.
And that's it right there. That's the answer to your success in the next 6 weeks, is to feel satisfied, enjoy the flavors of your food, which often come through more high-fat recipes, which Dr. Heather will help you with, having that energy when you wake up in the morning and not feel like you're being deprived of food or calories and you're just cranky. We don't want you to feel that way. We want you to feel fueled and energized and happy by the 6-week nutritional guidelines that you're going to be follow, so that when this is done, you'll be able to sustain it, have the energy and the body composition that you always wanted. So good luck to you. Thank you for utilizing us as helping you in this journey, and we look forward to hearing all the feedback and testimonies coming out.